Welcome to Addiction of a Lifetime. I'm your host, Audrina Camo, and on this episode, I'm recapping Kidnapped, the Hannah Anderson story. So this is the first time I'm doing a movie based off a true story, and so I will be as delicate as possible when recapping this because it's about someone that is actually still alive and dealing with this tragedy. But I will detail it and kind of put my opinions in there as respectfully as I can. This movie in particular frustrates me because it is based on a true story, and it kind of blows my mind how some of these events did actually occur. So the movie is about a girl named Hannah Anderson being kidnapped by a family friend who she referred to as Uncle Jim because he was her play uncle. That's how close the family was to him. This movie is definitely a cautionary tale about why you should not let anyone that is outside of your immediate family, let alone your family, come that close to you all to the point where it escalates that far. So the movie starts out at the climax point, going kind of backwards to forwards, with where the police find Hannah, where she's being held captive by her Uncle Jim in this like wooded area, in this secluded forest area. And then it flashes back to a few months earlier when she's at a barbecue at her house with her mom, her brother, and her Uncle Jim. And they're sitting down at the table in the backyard eating food, and he nudges her like, "Did you talk to your mom about what we talked about?" And she's like, "Oh my god, Mom, Uncle Jim wants me to go with him to Los Angeles." Like, he already asked a minor, a 15-year-old girl at this point, to travel with him without asking her parents' permission first. And then when her mom's like, "I don't know if I'm gonna let you go to California by yourself without a parent," he actually steps in and is all like, "Oh, come on, she's not a kid anymore, stop talking to her like that, like she's the parent." And she's like, "I'll let you know." And then Hannah gets mad, it's like, "No, you won't," and storms off. And then the mom corrects him, like she should. And it's like, "Don't you ever undermine me in front of my child. Like, I'm the parent," which is true. Okay, so that happened. And then, so also, while this is going on, there is a trip to California that actually happens because I guess he lost his job, he has to move away, the mom feels bad for him, that he's done so much for the family, so she lets her 15-year-old daughter go away with this family friend by herself to Los Angeles, California, to Hollywood. So they're walking down Hollywood Boulevard, taking photos, selfies. She starts getting on social media, posting the pictures to her friends like a normal teenager would be doing. He gets jealous because she's talking to male friends. Creepy. They go have a bite to eat. He starts telling her weird stuff like he has a crush on her, but in a family way. Like if she was a couple years older, like jokingly, because that's not weird. And, it's really controlling and odd. So she tries to distance herself from him. And then it kind of flashes back and forth between present day and the past. And so she's rescued, like it said at the beginning. She goes to the hospital. Her dad has to tell her the events that occurred, what happened. She asks about her mom and brother. Turns out they're killed by Uncle Jim. Her friend comes over a couple days later, is like, "Do you realize, everyone in the news is a buzz about your kidnapping? This is crazy." She's like, "No, really?" So she goes on social media, sees all these posts about her. She starts answering questions. People are concerned about her well-being, just strangers, and people twist the questions around, sell it to tabloids and media. They're trying to act like she doesn't care about the tragedy, the kidnapping was planned, and she's begging her dad, I need to go on air on TV and talk about this. And her dad's like, "No, we need to stay out the media, we were grieving." And then eventually, her Uncle Jim's family member, her Uncle Jim's sister is over here talking about her on the media, on TV, and her dad's like, "Finally, okay, I'll let you go do the Today Show, I'll let you clear your name about what happened with the kidnapping." So then we start from there. So the interviewer on the Today Show starts asking about the incidents that made her uncomfortable, which is the California trip, the Los Angeles trip, where he was being really weird, talking about he had like a crush on her in a weird way. And then we started talking about, after that, the events that led up. The interviewer was asking her about the events that led up to her kidnapping. So now that, you know, the Los Angeles trip happened, she's been kind of trying to keep her distance from him, and she's having breakfast with her brother and her mom. And her mom's like, hey, we gotta go see your Uncle Jim this weekend, thank him for what he's been doing. And they're gonna fight because the dad's not there. They're having marital problems. He's away working construction far away. He's always traveling. He asked his friend Jim to look after his wife and kids for him, thinking he's a good guy. So his mom's like, we have to just at least go to his house for dinner to thank him for all he's done. She's like, I have cheer camp that day, I can't go. She's like, no, you're going. That's what you're gonna do. I haven't had enough of this, it's gonna get better. So the gym guy picks her up from cheer camp. He's like texting her. They're texting back and forth. I guess it's normal if you're someone's ride, no matter what age you are, to be texting a minor back and forth. Picks her up, starts asking her questions, apologizing about Los Angeles and how he was inappropriate. They get to his house. Her mom's car's not there. Her mom was supposed to meet her there. She's like confused, like, where's my mom? Where's my mom? Where's my brother? He's like, oh, they're playing with the neighbors or something. He like asks her to get a beer. She sees her mom and brother's stuff around the place, looks disheveled. She's like, oh no, this isn't right. She tries to run away. He stops her. He ties her in a chair. He gives her drugs. She knocks out. He puts her in a car, kills her mom and brother, sets the house on fire while they're gone. The police and firefighters find the bodies, notify the dad. He has been notified by a family friend that it's on the news that his friend's house is on fire. He's like, oh my god, poor Jim. So he calls his wife, who doesn't pick up because she's dead because his dear old friend killed her. And it's like, is Jim okay? And soon to find out from the in-laws that Jim is actually psycho and has murdered his wife, kidnapped his daughter, and murdered his son. So he has to deal with that. And meanwhile, Hannah is still in the car, passed out, and Jim is driving, trying to get to this abandoned like forest area so they can relax and then go to the lake. And they almost have a run-in with the cops. She tries to escape. He catches her, handcuffs her hand to the car. They drive to the lake. She keeps, trying to get away. He threatens her with a gun. Eventually, some hikers on horseback, they run into them. They're like, "Oh, this is not normal," da da da. He threatens to kill them if she tries to tell the truth, so she doesn't run at that point. A couple days later, the people on horseback come back. They're like, I still don't have a feeling about this. They check up on the girl. She talks, makes up this whole story about how their father and daughter, they're hiking, all this stuff, so that they'll go away, but they still think something wrong. So the hikers tell the police, we've seen the people that are missing, we've seen the news, we've seen the Amber Alerts, we found them, this is where they're at. So the police get ready to move in and rescue her. And so they go in and rescue her. They shoot Jim in the process because he's waving a gun everywhere. After, she has been saved, so she goes to the hospital, and now we're kind of caught up to speed on where the movie's at. Her dad explains that her mom and brother are dead, unfortunately. Jim killed them. She, goes to the funeral of her deceased mom and brother, where she's being comforted by friends, and they bring her like a Starbucks coffee, and I guess it's really weird to be drinking iced coffee at a funeral. And she smiles with pictures with her brother's friends, like trying to keep the memories alive, trying to move forward with their life. And the media and just random people across the country and world just think she's lying. They think she had something to do with her mom and brother's death. They think she was dating this Uncle Jim guy, because they apparently find all these pictures of her in his house, and he was printing out pictures of her. He was being really weird, and she's like, no, he's crazy. So she, goes on Today Show to clear her name. So now we're brought back to the Today Show, where she has explained all this. She's happy to be alive. The Today Show's like, don't you want to thank the people who saved you, the hikers? So they come out, she hugs them, she thanks them. And then there's this really Lifetime-esque song that I don't even think has a chorus, that has really bad lyrics that is playing as she is writing thank you letters, you know, to the people who've helped her, like the cop that never stopped looking for her, and like just wanted her mom just for her to have and, you know, keep a memory by. And then she's going online looking at all these social media trolls who are still writing bad things about her. Some are writing good things about her, and it's just, at the end of the story ends up being about kind of overcoming social media bullies, you know, in a wake of a tragedy. It's pretty much the whole summary of this story, besides telling what led up to her kidnapping. So that was Kidnapped, the Hannah Anderson story. It was very, very intriguing. It was well done, despite the really cheesy song. And that was very Lifetime cliche at the end. I think the moral to learn from this is, like I said before, do not let strange people in your lives that close for the fact that they would just try to overstep boundaries to take your child, and just, it's insane. So thank you for watching edition of a Lifetime. Please check back here for more videos. obsessionofalifetime.tumblr.com, on all social media. I'm your host, Audrina Camo, at Drina Renee, and thank you for watching.